think we should talk about the rest of the Mecha Phantom Beasts that are coming out in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, so that I can talk about the ones that are coming out in Judgment of Light. So let's talk about Tether-wolf first. Pretty much he summons a token whenever he's normal summon, and being an instant token generator, that's really good, comboed with Mega Raptor. Unfortunately, you have to have Mega Raptor already on the field for you to be able to do great things with it, but it's still there. And also, he is able to protect himself as soon as he enters the field from things like Mirror Force or he'll still lose to Torrential and whatnot, but he'll still summon a token so you can defend yourself. But for the most part, being able to summon a token when he's summoned is really good. And then his other effect is he contributes a token in order to gain 800 attack during I think it's one battle phase. I'm not sure if it's during that one battle or battle phase, but either way, he turns into a 2500 beater, and that lets you run over Thunder Kings and Megalos, which is pretty important. And then also he has uses outside of just being in his archetype, as he's splashable in decks that can special summon level 7s like nobody's business. Basically like incarnate dragons or elemental dragons, and you can play them in Mermail too if you really wanted to, if you really feel that you need Dragosack and whatnot. But the thing about that situation is that you can just summon him, and then he'll summon a token which makes him level 7, and then you just special summon the level 7 the other level 7 monster, and then you can make a rank 7 that way. The thing about that is that since there's already a token on field, if you make Dragosack, he's impervious to Torrential Tribute or Bottomless, so that's really good, and that makes him even more devastating. So, just something to note, Tether-wolf may be a high enough rarity for that to happen, but until then, just keep in mind that Tether-wolf actually is pretty decent. And then, I guess we should talk about Black-Falcon. Black-Falcon. The card is crap. Next card. Actually, I should probably talk about him a little, even though I don't want to, because I think he's really bad. But the thing about Black-Falcon is, considering the card pool of just Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, this is pre-Judgment of the Light, you only have 18 monsters, most of which that you're only going to play 15 monsters, or some 15 to 16 monsters depending on what you're doing. And for Black-Falcon, you kind of have to play 2 or 3 copies, which is really unfortunate because he's really, really bad. The reason why he's bad is because the theme's main focus is to turn tokens into real card advantage. And what he does is he basically just has gimmicks that does nothing. That he doesn't generate real card advantage, nor does he pose a real threat because he only has 1200 attack. That being said, he still has some gimmicks, such as since his effect, the tribute effect, is supposed to be 2. And he generates a token when he attacks. You can declare an attack, special summon the token, and then during the battle step, tribute the token in order to switch the monster to defense so you can run it over. So it's one gimmick, and then another gimmick is to tribute a token to stop an attack on your opponent's turn, which is another gimmick, but really bad gimmicks if you ask me. But unfortunately, you have to run him because he is one of the only ways in which you can constantly generate tokens without having to use things like Fiend Sanctuary or summoning Tether-wolf or whatnot. So unfortunately, you have to use him until Judgment of Light. Then you can just drop him and burn all copies of him into the ground. Ham-strato. Ham-strato, whenever it's flipped face up, you special summon 2 tokens, and then you can tribute, and then he has another effect where you can tribute a token or special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast from the grave, which makes it very powerful and very combo oriented. There are many things that you can do, but that's considering considering the card pool of pre-Judgment of Light. The most devastating thing you can do is just summon a Mega Raptor and search, or summon a Ray Stealth, make a rank 3, or pop a card with Ray Stealth, and then make a rank 3, or just make a rank 6. So yeah, that's pretty much the only devastating thing that you can do right now as of pre-Judgment of Light. But once Judgment of Light comes out, then you can do a lot more crazy stuff, such as bringing back Colt Wing in order to banish a card, being able to summon Harryard and pretty much just swarm the field, just crazy stuff like that. But until then, all you can do really off him is search a card or make a rank 6 or 3. So it's a little unfortunate, but that's how most archetypes generally tend to start out. Usually they don't pick up speed this fast. Like Blackwings and X-Sabers and whatnot, they didn't pick up within 2 sets. They were picked up within like 3 or 4 sets. That was when they started getting good. And then Ray Stealth. The good thing about Ray Stealth is that if you set him first turn, if you're going first, usually your opponent cannot run him over outside of a Leviathan or special summoning a monster, because he has 2100 defense. And then when he deals damage, he special summons a token, which then creates this paradox, since his other effect is if you contribute a token in order to destroy a spell or trap card that your opponent controls. So you can create this little mind game with your opponent where if they set a card, or they probably have to set more than 1 card, and then you can just pop the card on your next turn with Ray Stealth before you do anything else. And if they don't set a card, then you can OTK them, except that the deck doesn't really play very many, if any, OTKs to my knowledge, based off just Ray Stealth. So unfortunately, you can't capitalize off that mindset very well. However, just keep in mind that it is there for 1 or 2 games where it may possibly occur. But other than that, that's really his only real use outside of being used in Ham-strato for a rank 3 or 6. You really don't do much with him. It's kind of unfortunate as well. And you really only want to play 1 unless you're playing like Debris Dragon, then because he's a Debris Dragon target. So outside of that, there's really not much use for him either, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, so that's the rest of the Mecha Phantom Beast monsters that are coming out. So next video, I'm going to be talking about, or next Mecha Phantom Beast video, I don't know if I'm going to make another video before then, but next Mecha Phantom Beast video, I'm going to talk about the Judgment of Light cards, which I have a lot to talk about with Harryard and Colt Wing. So subscribe for that to get that video as soon as I post it up. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, and teamknl out.